everyone. Welcome to the Pre-Market Show. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Enjoy the show.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you're in the world, welcome to the Pre-Market Show. Please remember that nothing that is said during this show should be construed as investment advice. You're responsible for your own investing decisions. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the Pre-Market Show. Hey, hello, everybody.
What is up, everyone? And I was going to say, those anti-aging products are working well in Mandela.
I think it's on Fridays. I feel a little different. I'll send them to you. I'll send you the name of them.
Yeah, definitely need them. So,
They're very good. They're very good. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, one and all, to the Pre-Market Show. Andrew, how's your week going? How you been, man?
yeah, no, it's been a good week. Probably not the best trade-in. Had a good day Monday, broke even Tuesday, Wednesday, and hit a stop loss yesterday. So I'm slightly up for the week and hoping for a good day today now on ES or SPX futures. So yeah, let's see what we get in about 9 minutes on the opening bell. What about yourself?
Yeah, for me, it's been a fairly steady week so far. I do feel like if there is a potential today, then I will definitely go for it. I think we got some news a few minutes ago, some jobs data out of the U.S. So could mean that we get a nice breakout out of the opening range, and I think we can talk a bit about the strategy a little bit later. Just letting people know how the strategy works, because we're getting a lot of questions about, okay, show's great, but how do I apply it to my trading? One thing also was the VWAP, because I know you've been using a lot of VWAP. So maybe before the end of the show, depending on how much time you have, if we can break it down a little bit for those who are first timers.
Yes, for myself, as you know, I'm trading the New York opening range breakout, but I'm just got the VWAP anchored from the New York Open, and I'm using that really as support and resistance. And what I'm normally looking at is, if the price pulls back, potentially that could be support. But if we get a strong break through it, normally that tells me that my run's over and it's time to get a stop into a break even. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the open today. Not long to go now. And yeah, let's see what ES does. Had a nice little move on the news. What was that?
Non-farm payrolls, I think.
Yeah,
this morning, you mean?
Yeah, this morning. So it was about an hour ago, right?
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice little pop higher. Yeah, non-farm payrolls tends to be a big one. It's always the first Friday of the month. And did you see the kind of volatility? A bit of a spike, I think.
So I'm just going to share my screen with you now.
Yeah, go for it.
You can see that, yeah. Yes, here's when the news come out. So I've shared some indicators in our WhatsApp group. So if anyone's interested, join the WhatsApp group, please let us know. And I've shared this news indicator already, so you can see it's actually scraping the data from my FX books. I've got that loaded up my chart here. And I've actually just set it to medium and high impact news. And you can actually see the dot here. It's actually telling me what news is coming up. So I find it quite useful rather than swapping back and forth on the screens. And also with Luxalgo, they got an indicator there that marks the opening range high and low for you. Just need to set it up to make sure we got it for the correct time zones. But yeah, it works pretty well at the moment. And it just saves you marking it out yourself. I know you're the purist, you like to do it yourself, but I'm quite happy with Luxalgo at the moment.
Yeah, I am. So I want to give full disclosure and full transparency here, Andrew. I did start speaking to a psychiatrist who's helping me with the mental game of trading, which I think we both agree very important to have a solid mental game, especially if you're trading as an independent trader. And had my first session last night, and one of the main feedback points was use technology to help you, and use technology in your favor to improve your trading, to reduce stress, to preserve energy. And you've been a proponent of ChatGPT, AI, just using your tools. So if it can save me 2 minutes in the open of frantically trying to draw some boxes manually, I'm willing to give it a try.
Yeah, so Luxalgo, I think they're one of the top players in the game, so they're worth checking out for using TradingView. And that old saying, right, work smarter, not harder. So the tools are there for you to be used. You can just see on my chart now, I've got the opening range from yesterday marked up. I've actually got the news then on the right of my screen. So yeah, it's pretty good. ChatGPT, yeah, I recommend it. What I do is normally go to the weekly chart and I just upload that into ChatGPT and I just ask them then, can you tell me, trending market, ranging market? It actually runs through the scenarios for you, and you can actually ask it then any news. There's just so much you can do, and I think AI, it is the future. I can remember using a calculator in school and I thought that was cheating. A lot of people think the same now about AI, but it's the way to go. So if you're watching the show, get learning AI, asking it questions, giving it prompts, because I can just see it coming into all aspects of work, right? So we use it quite a lot ourselves now with what I do. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the future. It's definitely the way forward, and just being comfortable with it, confident with it, is something that I'm basically working on right now.
So yeah, we're just waiting for the open. So yeah, no high impact news due. Yeah, we got some medium news coming out at 3 o'clock. It's going to affect the dollar. So we got the factory orders. Not expecting a big move on that. So shall we jump in? Shall we have a quick look at some charts for 5 minutes before?
Why not? Let's have a look at some of the charts here. We are going to have a look at some of the favorite charts that we tend to talk about from time to time. So first things first, let's have a look at what do we look at? Some crypto. Should we start off with some crypto?
Yeah, so Bitcoin's doing well, right? So let's have a look at Bitcoin.
Yes, I think it could be. Maybe it could be having a look. I don't want to. That's the thing. I don't want to jinx it. I am a little bit superstitious, but it has been moving well the last few days, Andrew. Let's see if we zoom. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's look at it on this time frame and let's do 6 months.
Yeah, so are we going to see 100K end of this month? I think that's one of the questions you've asked already.
Yeah.
And it's back up there, right? I had the dip, and potentially was that dip. Well, I wouldn't like to say the bottom, right? But could we be seeing now forming the next leg of a high? So yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on Bitcoin and probably do a bit of a deeper dive next week.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's one of those that is not really been making headlines, but it's very slowly but steadily starting to creep higher and move up. So one definitely to track. I do have a few alerts on it. And I think that 100,000, that round number 100,000, it's only about 3,000 away from that now. So let's keep an eye on that, I think, Andrew. All right, next up, let's do we want to do our favorite, PJ's favorite as well, XRP?
Yeah, let's have a look. So I think it's still trading around the 220 at the mark, or $2.20. Yeah, so
XRP, here we go. Okay, so XRP is kind of let's do 6 months. Yeah, it's looking okay. It's looking okay, I think. What do you think?
Yes, for myself, I've been with XRP. Like, I know we're just quite repetitive now, but been with XRP since when it was just stuck between 30 cents and 50 cents. Just nice to see it above $1, right? So yeah, just let's see what the next leg does. Let's see if we can get a push higher with XRP. So we're getting close now. We're just 20 seconds away to that market open. I can see we've got a couple of viewers. So yeah, hi to the viewers. You can drop some comments in the chat if there's anything you want us to look at, or let us know what you trade in when the market opens.
Yeah, there we go. So we should be getting the market open any second now. All right, there we go. All right. Markets are open and ready to go. Let's see here. This is when we usually go quiet.
Yeah, I'll keep chatting, but yeah, I'm just gonna mark my charts up now. Just as always, I'm not looking to take a direction on the market yet, not until I get that clear breakout. Yeah. So at the moment, we're only looking at 73 ticks. Stop and take profit. So we haven't got much of a range at the moment, but that should change over the next 15 minutes. So with myself, yeah, I'm not looking to get in till around 9:45, 9:50. And yeah, let's see what we can get. I could do with a good day today. Slightly profitable on the week, but nowhere near where I'd like to be. So yeah, took a win on Monday, 2 break evens Tuesday, Wednesday, hit a stop loss yesterday. So yeah, let's see if we can get a better day today.
Yeah, it's not every day is going to be a record-breaking day, and sometimes it's more important to protect what you have as opposed to forcing trades, and then you have to make back what you've lost. So if I was given a choice between taking a trade and ended up having it as an expense and then having to make back that expense versus just sit on the sidelines and just be break even and preserve my emotional capital, I would go with the second one. And yeah, that's one of those things where over time it is easier to just sit back and wait for that setup, wait for that move to come. So yeah, I mean, the fact that you're up this week, it means that you're better than, or you're doing better than 95% of traders, Andrew.
Yeah, if you put a positive spin in it, for sure. I can see those psychiatrist classes are paying off. So, yeah, I seen a psychiatrist once. He went on the sick after.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing. And I know a lot of top traders do it, right? So yeah,
it makes a difference, and I think there's not a lot of conversations about it, openness about it. It tends to be, one of those things that tend not to get the headlines or a lot of mentions.
Yeah, definitely. So things like mental health, especially men's mental health, are quite taboo, right? Especially us guys. We don't like to talk about our problems, but talking helps, right? For sure. So no, I think it's a really good thing to do, and yeah, I think I'll make a note of that. It'll be something I look at myself. Okay, so we've got the open, and let's have a quick look. Yeah, let me see if I can.
I'm gonna pull up S&P now, just to have a quick look at the first 3 minutes or so that we've had of the trading day.
Yeah, so we're breaking up. We've opened above at the VWAP level for myself. So yeah, at the moment we're looking bullish, and I've got M5 up to daily chart, all in the green. So at the moment the bias is, it's bullish. So let's see what happens for myself in the next 12 minutes. And yeah, we start to open up a bit now. So we got a take profit and stop loss of 91 ticks. It's a little bit better.
I like your commentating, man. It's very kind of engaging, very exciting.
Yeah, it's so I've been watching football in Spanish lately, and it's brilliant, much better than the English commentary. It's just fantastic. So yeah, but I think after last week's comment, I think I'll knock the sports commentary on the head. But talking of football,
what was last week's comment?
I can't remember. It was one of the guys in the chat.
Oh right, okay, got you.
So yeah, okay. So what I'm going to say, quite mindful of that green spike, that green candle. We got a little bit of a liquidity void there. We could see a pullback into that to fill, and then we could, be on our direction. So yeah, just mindful of that at the moment. But for myself, the bias is bullish. So we'll see.
Yeah, where did you? So you had 2 tools that you had last week. You mind if I pop up your screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was, there we go. 2 tools that you had. One is the top right, which is relatively new, and then the bottom right as well. I think people who use TradingView may be interested in that particular.
Yeah, so here we're scraping the data from my FX book. So we're taking the news. Yeah, okay, I was finding the calendar on TradingView. I was missing some key items. For example, I think it was the Michigan data last week. Yeah, it wasn't showing up in the TradingView calendar. So yeah, we're scraping the data from my FX book, and I've actually set it. So I'm just getting the medium at high impact news. And bottom right here, we're actually multi-chart scanner. So I'm actually scanning across the charts, and it's giving me the bias, which way we're going. So as you can see at the moment, from M5 up to the weekly chart, it's saying we're in a bullish trend. So what we should be seeing here is pull back on the M5, but we should be seeing some bullish momentum. Famous last words, but at the moment, yeah, I'm looking to go long when I get that opportunity. And here I'm just using a tool. Basically what it is, you've got your breakout here, you see your opening range, and I've got it set up that we're 10 ticks above, 10 ticks below, just in case we get any false breakouts. And then what we're doing then, we're taking the average true range for stop loss and take profit. So at the moment it's telling me it's 91 ticks. So yeah, that'd be my example of using technology, just to make your life a little bit easier, right? So how do we get the average true range? Pick a number of candles. Myself's 14. You add those numbers together, then you divide it by 14, and that gives you your average true range of what you're looking at. So that's how I was doing it. So it was like a very long manual process, marking the opening range, working out the average true range, working out the buyer. So I'd be flicking through multiple charts. So yeah, these tools help quite a bit.
Yeah, it's also about, like, in some instances, you're making split-second decisions. You have multiple accounts that you're managing, and 5 seconds could be the difference between getting in or missing the move. And being able to just streamline and improve your execution, I think, is game changing, right?
Yes, for myself, you can see I'm trading here with TradeZella, but I'm also trading with wealth charts. So I'm actually flicking between brokers, right, trying to get the position. So yeah, you're right. You can miss the move, or you can miss out on X amount of ticks. So because I'm trading with multiple prop firms, I just need to make things as slick and easy as I can.
Yeah, absolutely. And well done on that. Thank you for explaining that as well to everyone. We got Jerry. Jerry's in the live chat. Hey, Jerry. How you doing, man? Let us know what you're seeing. Let us know what you're watching. I know you had yesterday. There was some earnings plays that you were tracking, so feel free, man. Share what you're seeing, and thanks again. Thank you for always jumping in and supporting, man. Really appreciate it.
So what about yourself? What are you looking at? Anything going to pop off? I know you like to trade.
Yeah.
After 5 minutes.
Okay, so what I'm looking at here mainly is the opening range. So we call it the opening range breakout, which is ORB for short. And saw the new, what was it, Roblox? Not Roblox, the other one, Minecraft. Saw the new Minecraft movie. And they say ORB at least 100 times, Andrew. ORB, 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 everything's ORB. It was speaking to me. So the orb, it's anybody who is interested in the Minecraft movie, great for kids, great for anybody under 18, I think. Anyway, the orb is the first 15-minute high, first 15-minute low. And if we do get a breakout above the orb or above the opening range, then that's when we look to go long. One thing I was looking at yesterday is also volume. So if we get volume on that breakout, usually means that we're going to see a continued move higher. So volume is always a good kind of confirming data point. So this small shaded black box is the 1 minute opening range, and I call that the PAX zone. PAX uses a smaller range, so that's why I look at that. So it's breaking out of the PAX zone now. I can zoom in a little bit. And then the next stop, if this is a train that's heading higher, so the next stop after the PAX zone high would be the 5-minute high. So that was the 5-minute high. That's the opening range 5-minute high. Andrew, I think you used the 15-minute high and low, so that may be outside of this.
That's right, yeah.
And I use the 5-minute as a data point. So looking at the train, first stop is opening range high, and that's where we get the orb. And then next stop after that is this is the pre-market high. And then the next stop after that, this is a key Fibonacci level. And then this was the, I believe it was, let's see, October. Yeah, this was the October close. So let's see if we can get some follow through. That would be fantastic here. And then we'll keep an eye on the volume as well. And that's it. That's the strategy in a nutshell. Please feel free if you are watching and you're playing along at home. Remember, it's not financial advice, but we do thank everybody, each and every one of you, for watching the show, whether it's live. Feel free to drop a chat, drop a question, concern, comment. And then for those of you who are watching the replay as well, thank you for your continued support of the channel. So yeah, other tools that I use. So I'm using these kind of levels as targets, and I'm using the the opening range low here and the opening range high is kind of giving me my entry. Once we see, or if we see price close to a new high for the day, then that will give me a good indication of, okay, coast is clear. At least go for a long position, whether it's futures long, or you could also do it with a call option as well. There are some days, Andrew, where I'm sure you've seen this, where you get a first attempt and then we push back, and then the second attempt tends to be the real one. Sometimes it looks like that, or sometimes it would look like this. And then we come back, we revisit the opening range. And I think whether you're looking at the 1 minute opening range, 5 minute opening range, or the 15 minute, which is yet to be created, that is a normal sort of, they call it a break and retest. And yeah.
So
you're familiar with that.
Yeah, I've been watching that this week. I think Jerry put it into the comments last week. Trading the retest. So yeah, thanks, Jerry. And yeah, I've been looking at that. And yeah, I actually managed, I think, to enter a trade twice. So we got the breakout, took the trade, hit the break even. I call it Jerry's retest now. Yeah, so I got Jerry's retest, re-entered the trade, and yeah, we got into a take profit.
Yeah, we just got a question or a comment here from Jerry. Just monitoring the SPX swing. I have a trailing stop on it. So it sounds like Jerry opened up a SPX call last night or at some point yesterday. This would have been the previous close yesterday. So if you can just let us know, Jerry, when did you get in? But it would have likely been down here, and we got a nice gap up overnight. And so it sounds like Jerry is just basically managing the profit here, which is a great place to be, stress-free and risk-free, more or less. So just moving his stop loss, or his stop loss is just trailing in profit.
And we got a comment from WhatsApp. So he's just saying, morning, how long does it take you to adjust to a new trading month or market conditions? For myself, not a lot. I stick to the same strategy. I'm trading on the M5, and I'm trading the opening range breakout. So my rules are my rules are static, but I'm very fluid in the approach. It's either a buy or a sell, depending on the setup. So yeah, regardless of the week or month, I'm following the same set of rules. And at the moment, it seems to be working well for me. Been working well for this year, really. So we'll be doing well for 2025.
Yeah, very nice. Very good. Yeah, me as well. I think the end of the month tends to, from time to time anyway, end of the month, you start to see some bigger swings. We talked last show about OPEX and how options expiration impacts the price moves. So when we're outside of OPEX or away from OPEX, you tend to see smoother moves, smoother breakouts, and it tends to be a much more tradable environment. So end of month, usually sometimes you'll see what they call window dressing, where portfolio managers, hedge fund managers will try and catch up or try and make their portfolios look as nice as possible for month end. So if certain things are performing well, they'll try and get those stocks or those assets before the end of the month, so that their books look really good for the investors or for clients. So the new month tends to kind of reset, and just for us, it's very much trading the same process and just waiting for those opportunities. And one thing also, Andrew, is not having to trade every single day. So you could, in one good day, you could make enough for the week or 2 good days. And we know that not every day is a trading day.
Yeah, that's something to learn myself.
That's tough. That's tough.
What I'm looking to do now is to be setting profit limits for the week, and if I hit those profits on a Monday and Tuesday, just enjoy the rest of the week, right? Put my feet up, pina colada time, and just take it easy rather than trying to chase the trades every day. So I've actually been working on that this week, and just trying to think what I think is a reasonable profit for each prop firm.
Yep, that's it. Yep, it's not an easy skill to really improve and master. But I think also one thing is having a good community and being able to have people who are like-minded, positive, at various skill levels to share ideas with. So for anybody who is interested, we don't usually plug stuff, but if you are interested, reach out to us. It's info@signaturefxa.com, and we'll be happy to hear from you. We have a Discord service, and then we also have a WhatsApp community with different groups. So feel free, just send us an email if you're liking what you're seeing, or if you have some questions. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. Also, one thing I will mention here, Andrew, is we have our Investing Blueprint show. And with the Investing Blueprint, we have a very special interview that's going to be coming up in 2 weeks' time. And I'm really excited. I'm very, very, very excited to be introducing Jason Shapiro to our community. He is a very experienced trader. He's been doing this for quite a while. He was featured in what is arguably one of the best investing series in the business. It's Market Wizards, and he has managed assets from as little as several millions to as much as 600 million. It's just a great interview. I think everybody would be very wise to check out our interview with Jason Shapiro, Market Wizard. So that's going to be coming up in the next 2 weeks. We'll be posting the links in our communities and on our socials. So Investing Blueprint, look out for that very, very soon, Andrew.
He was a great guest, really knowledgeable. And I've just found some of the guests, Jason was one and Pax was the other, just how like humble and like normal guys they were. You see some people flexing on X, and we get these influencers. They were just nothing like that. He was just really open to our questions, and he dropped some really good knowledge for us as well. So, big shout out to Jason. Thanks very much for giving us the time of day to do the interview. So
it was very generous of him. When talking about dropping some knowledge, looks like SPX is dropping a bit as well.
Nice.
Before I want to just quickly have a quick look here at Coivin, because I know not everybody trades SPX like us, Andrew. So for those of you who are more into like individual stocks, just have a quick look. Industrials are leading the track today. Then we got financials number 2, healthcare number 3, materials number 4, and then technology as a sector is up 1%.
Okay, so for myself, we're breaking in the opening range low. We just got what we got. Just over 40 seconds to go. I can't see me taking a short position on the next candle. So if we open below that low, I think I'm going to take this trade.
Go for it, man.
And
go for it.
Yeah, looking at about 91 tick profit and stop. So I'm just going to increase my contract size actually in this account. I want to make a couple of dollars today if I can. The bias for the chart, it's a little bit mixed. So M5, M15 is showing down, but from M30, it's showing bullish. So, okay, I think I'm going to take... No, not yet. I'm going to wait, actually. Here we go. It hasn't really punched through our opening range for me yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those tricky ones, Andrew. It's one of those hesitating starts today. We're still, we're only 20 minutes into the trading day so far. So, it's still early days, I think. Still early days. I think last show we were talking a little bit about Palantir, and Palantir is the leader in the top 100 on the S&P. So Palantir was one mentioned. I think it was mentioned by Asha in the community.
That's right. Yeah,
So,
she got into it early, I think in 22, and yeah, I got the information from Twitter from a guy called Jay David. He was going to be a guest on our show. I'm still pressing him for that, so hopefully we can get him onto the show. But yeah, he also got in early, and
yeah, it's a great one.
It's
a good one.
His results. But Jay, Jay, for listening, hindsight's a great thing. You should have told us a year ago, right? So,
that goes for everybody.
Yeah.
So Palantir's up about just over 4.5%. Then we got Oracle is also an outperformer. Eli Lilly also doing really well. Texas Instruments also holding up the S&P's top 100. Then we got on the downside, Apple had earnings yesterday. They're impacted by China, so they're dragging down the S&P down 4%, almost 5% in the red for Apple. Amazon down 1.53%. So they both announced earnings yesterday after the close. So for those of you trading individual names, these are the big movers and the big shakers.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to push down. I'm hoping we can get a pullback back to that 10 ticks below the range. If I get that, I think I'm going to take this trade. Okay, it's pushing down. Might have missed this opportunity. That'll teach me is looking at my phone. So
it's all about lessons. Every trade is a lesson.
Yeah,
you got to learn each and every trade.
So all right, yeah, okay, yeah, we might.
So I don't have it. I don't have it breaking out just yet on these. So I trade cash. Andrew trades futures. So you're saying on the futures, have you broken out yet below the opening range? Let's go to your chart. Let's have a look at your chart. Okay, that's the difference there. Okay, I see it now.
So you can see the white line here. That's where I normally would enter.
Yeah.
And we can see now the price is just melting through that. And it looks like I missed the opportunity. So that'll teach me to check my phone, right?
Yeah. Look, sometimes it's better. Sometimes it's better to not check the phone, Andrew. Sometimes it's better to not check the phone.
Yeah.
So hopefully somebody in the chat has caught this move. If you have caught this little down move initially, please feel free to send us a quick message, comment in the live chat. Let us know.
Okay, so M30's just changed. Yeah, it looks like I missed that, so I'm gonna wait for the Jerry retest, and if I get that, I might go short. But yeah, it looks like I missed this opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes a retest does come, Andrew. So that's actually a good observation. We could get a retest, and in that case, you'll get in on the second attempt.
Yeah. So here, okay. So here we are. We're getting back to the price I'd like to enter. Just looking at that candle. So that is a bearish candle if it closes like this. Yeah. Hopefully we might get back in now. So Jerry's listening. He needs to trademark that saying, right? Because I'm gonna make that famous. The Jerry retest on the opening range.
Gee, yeah, that's a good one. Oh, the Jerry retest. I like that. Jerry, look, Jerry's just posted in the live chat. He's picked up a call on the cash. S&P has stayed within the opening range. We just had a quick little look below and fail, but Jerry's picked up a call. Oh, sorry. I didn't even read the full sentence. This was his swing trade earlier. So this would have been before the close yesterday. So I'm thinking that you're still in that position. So Jerry, it looks like he's happy with the trademark. He's given his approval and
right, okay.
his confirmation that he's okay with it.
He's on commission. So
there you go.
Jerry,
every time you use it,
drop us your affiliate link. And,
yeah, that's what it's about.
Okay. So for myself, let's see where the next candle opens. Okay, was broke the opening range. I was opened twice below the opening range. So normally this would be my indication to enter that trade. So if we get down to the white line, which is like my 10 ticks away from the opening range, I might take that trade.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. What's up has just said thanks for the answers. So yeah, feel free. Drop any questions that you have. We'll try and do our best to pick them up as quickly as possible and give our thoughts, share our thoughts as and when they come in. I'm looking at calls here, Andrew. You're still looking at puts. On the cash. The cash is looking like okay. I'm gonna give you my narrative. So first candle was up. We gapped up. This was the previous close. So gapped up, continued up higher. We tried a first attempt above the pack zone. Second attempt above the pack zone was a little weaker. Just took out all the stop losses at the opening range low and the 5-minute opening range low and the PAX low. And now we're getting 3 soldiers standing up strong off of the opening range low on the cash. So calls could work.
Well, you're on the 1-minute chart. Yeah, calls could be. Yeah.
I heard that. I'm on the 1-minute chart, so it doesn't matter. I see. 1-minute chart doesn't matter.
I was just doing some confirmation, that's all. Yeah, so for myself, I'm on the 5 minutes, and we're still touching our opening range. We've tried to retest through that twice. It's failed. So for myself, it's just sit in my hands, wait and see what trade we're going to take.
Okay.
So no rush to get in.
No rush to get in at all.
Okay.
So can we safely say Andrew's short right now, Mandela's long right now? if we had a side bet, for a friendly side bet. I take your silence as agreement.
Yes.
Okay,
what are we in? I'm just messing around with my other brokers at the moment.
Yeah, no probs. Let's have a quick look at Koi-Fin. And let's go here. So market's starting to turn up and down. Let's see what we got here. So in terms of what's moving and what's shaking, Bitcoin's a little soft in intraday trading. So far, industrials are leading the way, up 1.4%, followed by the financials, up 1.2%, technology, up 1.2% as well. And then in fourth place, it's the healthcare sector. So ticker symbols are right here for those of you who are playing along at home. Also like to keep an eye on Twitter and keep a finger on the pulse. Sometimes there can be announcements throughout the day. We've seen pops in price. Sometimes they're unexplainable. Sometimes they are due to various news headlines. So I think now more than ever, we have to keep an eye on all the breaking news. Anything that is breaking news, we need to be very flexible, Andrew. I think you would agree. Able to kind of shift as we need to.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just looking at the chart myself. So yeah, we got 2 candles breaking between the opening low. A little bit undecided at the moment, right?
Can I show you what I'm doing right now?
Yeah,
this is me. This is me right here, waiting patiently, just breathing.
It looks like you.
Hey, well, I've been to the gym a few times. Thank you very much. I did a little bit of cardio this week. What's that about?
Yeah, the gym. That's the new pub that's opened by you, right?
That's the new pub. It's called The Gym.
Yeah.
All right. Nice to have a little laugh.
Yeah, I'm seeing what you're seeing as well.
So you're jumping ship. You're jumping ship to my side.
Much
that's a higher low. I would call that a higher low. So that's the low of the day. That's right. A higher low on the cash. But now let's have a look at the futures, because futures seem to have extended that down move. So let's have a look at futures. This is the difference. Some people trade futures. Some people trade cash. Okay. Do you have a higher low there?
Yeah, we got it here, right? You can see it here. So yeah, potentially it's gonna be bullish. Prices moving. Okay, we're in. So
all right.
So up to me now, it's up to the price, right?
So you're short. You're short.
I'm short. I'm in running minus 56 profit at the moment.
Okay. Okay.
63. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right, Joe. It's going to be.
Look, it's not about being right. It's not about being right. It's just about trading the tape.
Yeah. So for myself, we've got 3 candles below the opening low. So normally that ticks the box for me to enter a trade. So that's what I've done. So yeah, it's not up to me now. I've ticked all my boxes. It's hit all my criteria, and it's up to the price, which I have no control over. So let's watch this play out.
Yeah, there we go. I do wish you all the best here. It does look like it's getting a little bit of weakness. We just had the top of the hour. So the first 30 minutes of trading have concluded, and now we're officially inside the silver bullet. And the silver bullet runs for the next hour. And those of you who are familiar with ICT and other traders use it as well, but usually after the first 30 minutes of trading, the following 60 minutes tends to be a tradable window of 60 minute moves. So let's see. Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see what happens here, Andrew. I'm interested as well. I'm thinking I'm going to join Jerry, and I'm looking at calls here, Andrew.
Yeah,
and that's simply based on the higher low that we're getting on the cash.
Yeah, same here. You can see it, right? Higher low, higher low, higher low. So yes, it's going to be a good call actually to get in. So could cut my losses, could move that stop. Oh, we'll wait for a minute. Let's see. Yeah, it's not great. So what's this? I think it's a $400 expense. Now's the time for that call. It's looking good.
Yeah, I almost want to wait for us to break out of the opening range first. Ideally, the rules are to kind of wait if we can. But yeah, it's so far so good. So far so good. So I think it's good to kind of talk through it out loud, and one thing I've been working on as well is the mental I don't want to say the mental conversations, but the thoughts in your head and getting them out, I think is very important. So just having a quick look now at what could happen. Here we go. Okay, so what could happen here is we could see, and this is what I'm looking for, a nice sort of breakout of the opening range. So this would kind of be a nice entry if we are able to get up to this point here, Andrew. That would kind of be my entry point, and then look for targets above here. But if we can climb and maintain above this this opening range high, then that's a good entry. Yeah, we're moving above the 1 minute opening range here. So that's the first test. That's the second test. Yeah,
and I'll probably be joining you for a break-even day. If we hit this stop, I'll be waiting for the next breakout. Wait for the Jerry retest. I'll probably be looking to take another trade. So yeah. We'll keep an eye on this as it plays out.
Yeah. I do want to just ask Jerry if he's still holding that swing call that he picked up last night just before the close, the 56.50 call. Just curious if you had released it and cashed it in, or if you're still holding it, if you're comfortable sharing that. Yeah, it'll be good. Feel free, anybody in the live chat, feel free to share any questions that you have. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Have a good group of people in the community, and we're really grateful for your support on these shows. All right, so targets, Andrew, targets. Let's have a look here and see what we're dealing with targets-wise. So let's start off with downside. So if we do break below, we could see a move down here to what would have been the March close. So that's where we finished the month of March. The next one is the previous close. So that would have been Thursday's closing price down here would be, I think, some good downside targets. And then on the upside, we're looking at the pre-market high, which is not very far away. It would give us a new high of day. So it would be above the current high of day, just a little bit. And then followed by this Fibonacci price that goes back to the all-time highs, February all-time highs. Then next is the October close, which is up here. I think that's a good target as well for upside potential.
Yeah,
let's see.
And yeah, we are looking bullish at the moment. So yeah, we could be seeing that breakout.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's good when we are on different sides, because it actually shows the thinking process of both sides of the trade. So you'll get those people who are long, those people who are short, and they're battling it out, right? And we could both be right. It's just about the time frame. So I think it's a good example of how the machine actually works in practice. But right now, it looks like it's just sitting at the PAX high, or the 1 minute high, 1 minute range high, waiting for some liquidity or something to give it a little push.
Yeah, and it looks, to me, it looks like the next candle is going to be quite bullish as well. So
I'm not going to stop you from talking, Andrew. I'm not going to stop you. I'm very superstitious. Anybody who's first time on the show, extremely superstitious.
Yeah, so if you're looking at this candle on the M5, it's actually got no wick on the bottom, normally an indication that the next candle is going to be bullish as well. So yeah, you should be breaking through that PAX 1 minute zone quite soon.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you want to share your chart? You want to have a quick look at your
not really.
chart?
Yeah, okay, here we are. So I'll tell you what I'm looking at here, right? You can see this candle here, and if you look at the bottom, right, there's no wick. Normally
I see that,
normally that's a good indication the next candle's going to be bullish as well. So potentially the next candle is going to hit the stop, and what I'm going to do then is wait for a break, wait for a retest, and try and get back in. We can just see across multiple charts that the trend is upwards as well. So it is bullish. That's a great call earlier, Mandela. Well spotted with your 3 little soldiers.
Thank you. It was on the 1 minute chart, which I tend not to use as often. I'm usually scrolling through 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minutes. But thank you, Andrew. I also want to tip my hat off to Jerry and giving us that seed that he planted yesterday, 5 minutes or 10 minutes before the market closed. He got in an SPX call, and looks like his trail stop was triggered. But that's profit. Yeah, nice stress-free trade for profit. Well done. Very good, excellent trade. Well done, Jerry.
So for myself, I'm expecting on the M5 next candle to be bullish. What I'm really hoping for is the commentator's curse and it pushes down, but no, I think it's going to be bullish on the next one. So let's have a look. So yeah, you're breaking out to the PAX zone.
Yeah, breaking out of the PAX zone here. I think it's still looking for some buyers and sellers. I guess one thing I can share as well is a lot of people ask, why does this work? Why does this work? And what I in my head, I think of it as at this 5 minute high, there's a lot of interest, a lot of orders across that price. And you'll get people going long, people going short. So you tend to see quite a drastic move at this price. Doesn't necessarily have to go up, but it tends to sometimes act as a magnet. And then sometimes it will act as a launching pad or like a slingshot. And same with this one. So this one's a better example. So this would have been the low, first 5 minute low. And here it acted as a slingshot. So we got the move down into it and then bounced off of this one. So that's why we like to look at the 5 minute opening range low and high. So right now the top, so the opening range high is acting somewhat like a magnet. And we'll have to see what happens if and when we reach up there. But that's kind of the why. I think it's fine and dandy to be able to press buttons and you can follow directions. But I think it's also important if you are able to understand the concepts behind it. It's very hard to share a concept in a 1 hour show as we're kind of trading as well. with our live accounts in real time. But that's for me, that's how I think about it. I think about it as, okay, the algorithms, the quants, they're looking at this opening range high for the whole day as a point of interest. So what they'll do in my head is they'll either drive the price through it or they'll use it as a turning point. And that's basically the opening range strategy in a nutshell.
Yeah, so just going on to this candle, we can see it's bullish. Just what we were saying earlier with the no wick on the previous candle. So that normally means the price has ended, right? There's not going to be no more downward momentum. So pretty close to the stop for me. So I'll be jumping off, setting some alerts, coming back once we get that breakout and the retest. Yeah.
I'm going to have a quick look at the volume as well, which is something I've just started doing today. So volume wise, we're looking at a little bit more volume increasing. I'm not sure if this actually will work. I'm forward testing it as opposed to fully back tested it yet. A lot of volume down when we touch the opening range low, and volume is starting to pick up as we get closer to the opening range high here. Please feel free to share in the live chat. So whatever strategies you use, please let us know. And other ticker symbols or stocks or assets that you like to trade, feel free to just post that in the live chat. That would be amazing. The chat is live.
Okay, so I'm going to have to jump off in 3 minutes. But we're pretty close to the stop. And just looking at your chart. Just looking at the volume. So we've got a little bit of a decrease in the volume at the moment. Okay, interesting. It seems to be struggling with the opening range that you've got marked there.
Yep.
We've got Jerry, volume is the key. Something I need to be looking at myself as well.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. It's something that often gets overlooked. We're getting a bit of a pullback down to the pack zone. Let's see how we react here, Andrew. You're still in?
Just. Yeah. But not in for much. Can't see me being in for much longer, if I'm honest. We're pretty close to the stop, so.
Fair enough. All right. I did have an earnings play. I'm going to just quickly do some earnings play stuff. Let's see. Let's see where we go from here. Okay. Let's leave this. So you said you're gonna pop off in a moment or two.
Yes. Yes, I'm probably gonna hit the stop pretty close to it, to be honest. I think about what might put 10 ticks away from my stop. My stop's just above the opening range high.
Okay.
But we are bullish across the board. So not a great start to a Friday, but hopefully I can catch another trade later on.
Yeah, that's understandable. It's not about, for some reason, it's not always about just being right on every trade, but it's about making money. We're here to make money. As crude and maybe as harsh as that sounds, we're really here to make money. And there have been many days where I've been on the wrong side first. The first trade of the day, I'm on the wrong side. And then I flip on the other side and I end up making 5 times the amount that I lost on the expense that I had on the first trade of the day. So strong opinions loosely held is always my sort of my motto. But I'm looking at a call right now, Andrew, where what I would call, we're preparing for a test of the opening range high. And I'm just gonna make sure that I'm ready for this. So at the opening range high here, Andrew, I think I'm gonna go for a call if we can see some momentum continuing. Let's have a quick look at the volume. Yeah, volume's not giving any clear indications here. It's kind of fading off a little. So we'll keep an eye on this here. Maybe we get another retest of this. Potentially could get another test of the 1 minute one more time. Could be a lot of orders here first that it wants to pick up, and then see a breakout above the opening range. Let's see where we go from here. So a few other trades. I wanted to mention a few other trades a little bit later in terms of Jason Shapiro. So Jason Shapiro had a trade that he was sharing about the Japanese yen, actually. So we can talk about that a little bit later on, I think, Andrew.
Okay, I gotta jump off for about 10 minutes. If you're still here, I'll jump back on. If not, I'll catch up with you over the weekend. Okay. Thanks all, and happy trading.
Cool. Thanks,
there we
man.
are. We just hit the stop. Okay. Catch you later.
Okay, bro. Take care, man. All right. Getting expense is all part of the trading, and it's one of those realities that I don't think it ever feels great. I would be the first to admit that it doesn't feel great, but sometimes it's about how you view it and how you proceed after that. And one thing that helps me is to move on to the next trade. And that's what we're doing. We're doing one good trade, followed by one good trade, followed by one good trade, followed by one good trade. And that's it. Just repeat. All right, so we are above the opening range here. Looking at the pre-market high. This is the pre-market high here. So new high of the day. If we zoom this out, and we can, sometimes I like to keep an eye on how far the S&P has moved from the previous close. So it's up 1.25%, up 70 points, which is not nothing to be sniffed at. We've had bigger days, obviously, but I also don't really like to buy the high of the day if I can avoid it. Just one of those rules where, you know, when you've been burnt so many times doing something and you create a rule to prevent that pain from returning. So one of the soft rules is try not to buy the high of the day. Look for some sort of pullback if it gives it to you. And then one thing I learned from Lance Brightstein. He says the best moves don't let you in. So some of the best moves, they don't pull back. They don't give you that opportunity to get in. So it's a little bit of conflicting messaging. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a pullback here. Let's see. All right. All right. So looking at not financial advice, just always caveat that, but we are looking at calls. So the rule is if the price is above the opening range, which it is at the moment, then we want to have a long position effectively, whether it's a long or it's a call, or however you creatively, however you want to set it up. You want to follow the move, follow the breakout is essentially what we're trying to do. So let's see. In terms of time on this candle, looks like 30 seconds left. So it'll be great if this can close above the opening range high. That would be a great indication. Really, really good positive sign for us here. Also having a look at the volume again. So if we go back to the start of the day, pulling back a little bit here. So this candle had quite a bit of volume. Let's take out the first one. So this one did have volume behind it. This was the breakout candle. So let's see if we can retest. So we got the break and retest. Let's see how it moves here. Looks like it's starting to move back slowly lower. Okay. So a little bit of patience again here. Patience is the name of the game. We gotta close our eyes, clasp our hands, take some deep breaths. Looks like the first attempt is not following through. Is how I would view it. Let's have a quick look at what's going on in other markets, wider markets. All of them seem to be moving well together. So we got NASDAQ up the top, usually the better performer. Then we got S&P smack dab in the middle, and then followed by the Dow Jones in the orange here. So they're all moving in unison as normal. In terms of sectors, industrials are up 1.8%. Financials 1.5, followed by technology, and then materials 1.3 to the good. And if we have a quick look at which names are doing the best today. So holding up the S&P top 100 is Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. That's 5.23%. Oracle up 4.16. And then holding it down is Apple. Announced earnings yesterday, impacted by China, I believe, and supply chain issues. And then Amazon's doing a little bit better than it was. It was the second worst earlier today. So Amazon's moving in the right direction. Hopefully it can get off this list at some point today. All right. What else do I have? What else do we have here? Let's have a quick look at the news. Tends to be quite a bit of news that comes out throughout the day, and I've become what I would like to call somewhat of an expert on using the X platform. So sometimes you'll see big moves in price and not know what the catalyst was for it, and I think now more so than ever, Trump is posting quite a lot, and Nothing of major concern at the moment here. Let's have a quick look here. This is a nice one. So heat map wise, quite a bit of green. So broader market is still more or less in the green. Let me just have a quick peek here. Yeah, that one's not too bad. I mean, let's see. We still got, in terms of timing, still about a minute 40 seconds left on this one. So interesting to see. Let's put a alert here, just in case I get distracted. And then let's put an alert here. Those of you who are just joining us, thank you very much for joining. We are live and direct. You are watching the pre-market show on Signature FX. We are looking at the S&P 500, currently up just over 1%. That's 62 points to the good. Opened up nice little gap up from yesterday's close up here. And looks like this one, we're kind of sticking near the opening range high at the moment. So we could see a trigger of this alert. So we got one alert above, one alert below, and we'll just let that ride. Okay, so back to the heat map. Microsoft's doing well, Nvidia's doing well. Apple is underperforming. And as you know, as we've been mentioning, they did have their earnings announcement yesterday, which I think is the reason behind that. Tesla is green, which is good. And what else we got? I'm trying to see what's the most green. Financials seem to be majority green. So financials are doing quite well. Also, I guess we got semiconductors. They're definitely holding up. SPX is doing a little bit of a move here. This could be very interesting. Let's see where we go from here. What we wait for is that opening range breakout. So let's see. We got a notification on the alert. Okay. Let's see. So what we'd like to see here is a close, a close above that opening range, and ultimately it'd be nice if we can get a new high of day. A new high of day, which would be here. So zoom in a little bit. Okay, there we go. So looking at another attempt. So if this was attempt number 1, we're in the process of getting attempt number 2 above the opening range here, and we just stay calm. We don't, we don't go crazy. We just stay calm and we react. We react to what the market is telling us. We don't think, we just trade. And I got that from Jason Shapiro. So yeah, looking good here. I am about to pull the trigger here. Nice if we can stay up here. If we can stay up here, that is a great sign. I used to want to be a pilot, so I like to say climb and maintain. Climb and maintain above the previous, pre-market high would be very, very nice here. Let's see. All right. I feel like I need to get in here. I'm gonna give it another few seconds, but if we have some continuation, some momentum here, then I will be jumping in. All right, little bit of a pullback, which is completely natural, and normal S&P is up 1.27%, which is good to know. Let's have a quick look at the broader market. Looks like everything is moving higher in unison, which is good. I don't see anything abnormal on the market news front, so that's also a good sign. Industrials are still outperforming 1.9% compared to the S&P's 1.3 to the good. We got financials also doing well, technology, materials, real estate, communications. Holding up the rear looks like utilities, but they're still green, up 0.7%. So having a pause here, I think sometimes you wonder, okay, do these lines mean anything? So when you see something like that, it gives me a little bit of confirmation that this is not just a blue squiggly crayon that I drew on my screen that doesn't mean anything. This was the highest price reached overnight. So from the time the market closed yesterday to the time the market opened today, this would have been the highest price of the S&P. So gave it a little pause, a little bit of respect with a capital R. And I'm going to change this. So when we go above the opening range, I like to change it to green, which means we want to get long. And sometimes, many times, I've tried to fight the opening range and say it doesn't work. I want to short this. It doesn't make sense. Trump is crazy. The tariffs haven't been resolved. I don't want to go long. But what I've learned is, and I had a note that said, every time I fought the opening range and lost, I would make a note of it. So in this case, I'm not going to fight the opening range. We are getting a nice move higher. We're about 1.34% above the opening range. Closed above the pre-market high, which is a good sign as well. Let's see how we move from here. But that is very nice. That is what we like to see off of the opening range. Remember, still early days, about 1 hour, less than an hour into the trading day. And so far, we are looking very, very strong. All right, I'm going to turn up the music a little bit, and I got to exit some earnings trades that I placed. So enjoy the music, and I'll be back in a second. Let's see if we can continue higher. I am in a call. Remember, not financial advice. I think I have a message here for everyone. There's nothing in here that should be construed as investment advice. Viewers should consult an investment professional before making any decisions based on topics mentioned in this show. Remember, you are responsible for your own investment decisions. All right, I'm going to put myself on mute for a second. I think Andrew's going to be back in a minute or two. So I'm going to take care of some things around the portfolio. But we'll keep an eye on this. And I'm looking for some follow through here. Would be great. Some nice follow through would be great. All right. We got a message from What's Up, DJ Mandela. Thank you. In a former life, I did kind of think of myself as a DJ. I did have a past life where I was spinning the records, as they used to call it, dating myself. All right. Thank you. What's up? Good memories. All right. So what are we doing? Of course, as soon as I want to, and we're getting a pullback as well. Let's see. Okay. I'll let it break even, which is fine. That happens. Got a little bit too comfortable with that. Let's see if we get another attempt. Maybe we see what would be called a third attempt, I think. And then we'll finish up the show in about 10 minutes. We'll wrap it up in about 10 minutes time. Just want to see if we can get one more attempt. If we can, that would be great. Let's see. Here we go. All right, we're back. So platform is Koifin here for those of you interested in what we're using. In terms of what is performing the best today, have another look. Still Palantir leading the charge. So Palantir is still number one in terms of mega cap and in the S&P. Those of you who had Palantir and have been holding on to it, really outperforming today, which is a good sign. And then on the, let's call them the not so good side, on the red side, we have Apple after announcing earnings yesterday after the close. So it looks like sometimes I also wonder, does the opening range work? And in this case, it seems to be holding up pretty well. It's stopped the price in its tracks on this sort of down move. Just want to quickly double check that I have put this in correctly. Sometimes I don't have a chance to do this when we're on the air. So the high would have been 56.71.18. 56.71.18. There we go. I like to be as precise as possible. So getting a bit of a bounce here off of the opening range high. So let's see how we react here. Okay. All right. So back at this pre-market high, and I'm hoping that if we can get a nice move in the next few minutes, we will be able to jump into something. All right, got something in the live chat. Good morning, John Shamas. Good morning to you. Hopefully everything is going well. Now, we like to wait. Sometimes there are false breakouts. I think it is showing signals of buying. We are above. There we go. So if we do this, okay. So this would have been the high. So we're above this. If we can stay above this, then this is key. If we can stay above this, then yes. If we can't stay above this, then no. So this is the line in the sand. And I've gotten a few questions as well from people asking, well, why do you do this if if you're so good? And I genuinely enjoy doing this. And I like to share. I like to share the information. It's a way to give back, and hopefully it can help, if not give you all the answers and give you the holy grail to trade in. Even if it just gives you some motivation to say, okay, look at this dude, he's doing this, and I'm gonna change it and make it my own and improve it. I'm not asking you to do what I'm doing, but I am showing you the thinking process and I guess what the way that I view what's happening, and hopefully you can adapt it, improve it, and bring it into your way of trading. Not a lot of movement here. Let's see, volume wise. Yeah, nothing too crazy. All right, so we weren't sure if it was going to move, and we're not sure if it's going to move. I'm gonna probably wrap this up. Not for lack of trying, but some days it's not a tradable day. Some days it's not trading environment, and not a trading environment. So I'm gonna put a alert here. If the price goes back up, I'll get a nice little ping like that. I think I just got one. Okay, every time. And going back in. So we got the question from what's up, and the answer is not yet. Maybe later. Not yet. Okay, so 60, let's do 64 or something. 65. All right, so that's a bit lower than the previous one. Let's go to the 5 minute. I keep forgetting. So the 5 minute tends to give you a lot more reliable signals, and it looks a lot better here on the 5 minute. We got a minute left before this 5 minute candle closes. And what we're waiting for is we'd like to see the price finish or close this candle above this green rectangle. So we're going to just wait and see. It's about a minute left. If we do get a close above, then that's telling us that there is some momentum here from the buy side or from the calls, and we want to kind of join that momentum. Our account is not going to move the market, just being honest. But those who do have the volume and the amount of capital to move the market, that's the side that we want to be on. We are just trend following. We're like surfers. We see the wave, we jump on that wave, and we ride it as long as possible. So let's see here. 5 minute candle's looking green now, which is a good sign.
How are we doing?
We're doing all right, man. You didn't miss much. I mean, yeah, pretty much where we were when you popped off.
Yeah, okay. So we're looking good for a buy, right? Are you in?
I just sent a message to my mom telling her that I love her very much. I'm still waiting. It's still just a little bit of choppiness that I don't like to enter without the momentum.
Okay. So I
yeah.
see John's in the chat. Hi, John. How we doing, man? Yeah, it's good to see you. So, yeah, John's a good futures trader. He's been in the game a while, so it's good to see John in the chat.
Yeah. Welcome, John. Welcome, everybody. Thank you to everybody. Everybody's busy doing their own thing, but it's nice to have a community.
Yeah, same here. I'm gonna have to bounce again now. Just want to quickly catch up to see if you're in at the moment. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
it's undecided, right? It's broken the opening range, but
yeah.
Okay, something to keep an eye on. Just wait for that Jerry retest. Okay, right. I am going to make a move this time. I'll catch up with you later, Mandela.
Okay, cool, Andrew.
Bye for now.
You too, man. Bye. All right, right back where we started again. And these days do happen. I would say more recently with volatility very high, they haven't happened as frequently, where we don't really get a trend out of the opening range. But this is the opportunity to sharpen your other tools, to look back at the week. This is Capital Preservation Friday, and we don't want to give away our profits. It's much easier to protect profits when there's no trade to be taken than to try and force trades here. And so that's what we're going to do. We'll just wait patiently. I think I'm going to wrap it up. I do want to just quickly show a trade that Jason Shapiro was talking about. Interesting to see Bitcoin creeping higher here. Slowly but surely. Interesting to see. So those of you who are trading Bitcoin, depending on when you watch this, it's just peaked its interest above 97,000. I know a lot of crypto traders are in our community. We're going to have a quick look at a Jason Shapiro trade. And he is our next guest on the Investing Blueprint. So Jason Shapiro would have been short. Let me see. Yeah, he would have been short the Japanese yen. And that trade really played out very well. We got a nice pop after the BOJ had its Bank of Japan announcement on, I believe it was Wednesday night so it would have been Thursday morning for most of us. And that was a great trade. So Jason Shapiro is a contrarian trader, and he's looking at futures markets. And this is basically what he was looking for over this week, and it kind of happened to great success. So look out for him in the next episode of the Investing Blueprint. We'll have PJ, Andrew, and myself on the Investing Blueprint. And feel free, we'll put something in the top right corner now. You can check out our other interviews that we've done over the last few years. All right. With that, I think it's time to wrap it up. And that doesn't mean that there's no tradable opportunities later on in the day, but as of right now, we are going to call it a day. And we will speak to you all again very, very soon. Thanks again for everybody joining our live chat. It's been fun. It's been real. Don't hesitate to share this video with anyone who you think would enjoy and glean some positive energy from this episode of the Pre-Market Show. We do our best to try and keep it lively, keep it light. And I just want to quickly go through the live chat. So we got Jerry Soltis. We got a lot of Jerry specials today. We got the Jerry break and retest. We have the Jerry special. He had a swing trade, which was profitable. So always a pleasure having Jerry in the live chat supporting as always. Also, what's up? Thank you for your messages and your questions. We also had John. Thank you, John, as well, for joining the show today. All right. So I think that's it from all of us at Signature FX, unless there's anything else that you all want to share. One thing I will say is don't fight the tape. So if the tape is choppy, don't fight it. If the tape is bullish, don't fight it. If the tape is bearish, don't fight it. Don't fight the tape. Our job, in specifically with this strategy, is to follow the trend, and the trend is our friend. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm just looking for the extra right now, and as soon as I find that, I'm gonna wish you all a very pleasant capital preservation Friday. It's the second day of May. I think April was a pretty good month for most of us. And we'll be back, God willing, next week for another episode of the pre-market show. Here we go. All right. Thanks again. We really appreciate your support. And until next time, everybody, have a great weekend. Be safe. And we'll speak to you all next time.
Today's show is sponsored by thefivers.com, better funding for traders. Get qualified by a private equity fund and manage up to $4 million. So you can choose your funding journey. So you can start with the one-step program, which is hyper growth, two-step program, which is the high stakes, and the low-cost program, which is the boot camp. So pop over to thefivers.com. Please use our affiliate link for 5% off. And it's a great way to start your prop firm journey. Next to ourselves, it's TradeZella.com, the only tool you need to become profitable. So you've got powerful and automated trade journaling. Yeah, you can analyze your trading stats. You can gain some key insights. You can leverage up to 50 plus reports to monitor your progress. You can ask yourself a question after a week or two, do you have a profitable strategy? So you can go through your win rates, your profit factor, how many trades you actually missed. And you can even take it one step further. You can backtest, replay to help you improve. So pop over to TradeZella.com. Use the discount code SFX25 for a 10% discount. And finally, then it's STX4X.com, the all-in-one complete trading package. Perfectly crafted trading program that meets all the needs of traders. So from Forex, futures, options, and more, STS4X provides mentorship and trading systems to suit every trader. So we got the all-in-one package there with this morning's sponsor. So thanks very much to thefivers.com, TradeZella.com, and STS